Soul Garden.
Hello my friends, the Act 3 Video Orbit Report and now Audio Report on MP3 are both available at soulmart.me. You can dive deep into restoring justice in Libra and those deep boundaries we're cutting in Scorpio, plus information on the solar eclipse, all available at soulmart.me. Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your soul story together. Well, the sun now is in Libra. That is the sign of giving and receiving, ruled by Venus. That means we're all upgrading our justice and sense of fairness. We'll move from step 6 to step 12 this week. And this is basically at the high end potential for justice, which is why the world may be in a lot of negotiations right now. Now the moon will zip through Leo and Virgo, and then we have a new moon in Libra right away on Friday. Pretty powerful. And Saturday we're kind of having fun with that. The moon signs that are most affected by this in the light are Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. But the moon signs on the dark side of the moon are Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, moon signs that might be affected that way. Now, looking at the planets and how they affect our orbits, the chakras most affected, I think, of course, are the heart chakra. We got lots going on there. And with the moon in light cast day in Libra, that is a throat chakra light cast. So people might have issues with their voice, issues with their throat, that sort of thing. Of course, Black Lilith and Jupiter are kind of wreaking havoc in the solar plexus, and that will be the case for a full year. And the sun is basically throat chakra and third eye and above, due to the fact that we're moving the sun in Libra and Scorpio now. So, people have congestion issues or migraine issues. This is where it kind of manifests right now. Now, looking at the planets themselves, we've got this trine going on from Black Lilith in Cancer up to Saturn, which means as you grow up and draw lines with yourself, you're doing instant karma upgrade, which is really nice, and getting past the past, I think, forever. Also, this may hold up business on Earth. This is a grand square or grand cross, however you look at it. But what it is forcing justice on Earth. The sun is opposing Uranus and Aries, and that is a battle between ego, fairness, and justice. But also tied up are our emotions, with Black Lilith trying to end the past and Pluto trying to change the rules. So things are moving forward in a big way on Earth, but on the inside of our lives, we are changing, and I have those details, of course, in each of your scopes. And then lastly, we've got this Black Lilith Grand Trine. So underneath all this non-movement on Earth, officially with business or legal or whatever, is unofficial, pure movement on the inside. This is the emotional currents going on. So as you draw boundaries with yourself with Saturn and Scorpio, you are instantly kind of ascending up with Neptune retrograde, so you're learning and spiritually able to find higher peace with yourself or greater sense of self-compassion, and that allows you to cut away Black Lilith at the bottom, cut away the emotional past, cut away basically your emotional karma, all right? So for the details of you and the specifics of you, we've got to take the ascension elevator up, so I'll see you upstairs at 33,000 feet.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Namaste, my Aquarians and Aquarius risings, the innovators of the zodiac, and some of the most fun people on the planet. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience in my little hiatus. I was actually not taking a vacation. I was working, but I just couldn't do everything. Well, we are moving in the sun in Libra, and this is an air sign, so you must be feeling a lot lighter after the sun in Virgo. This is the belief structure part of your life, and this is what leads into life purpose. And as you well know, you're working on career right now in a big way. Even Oprah Winfrey, I would say, probably is. And a very successful Aquarius, or for instance, Ellen DeGeneres, a very successful Aquarius. Even though they're successful, still working hard on career. And what goes into a successful career? Well, quite simply, belief. What your life purpose is. I mean, whether or not you believe it's worthy. Now, you already worked on getting back on your own belief path from 2009 to 2012 with Saturn. But since you've been on the career agenda, have you forgotten or lost your way on what you really believe? That's the question. And so first, what we have to do is get rid of our false belief and get rid of our self-limiting belief, as they say, in the first part of the chapter. And don't worry, the universe has got a grand square on. Ain't no one doing anything too quickly right now in the next 20 days. You have the time. The universe will not force your hand. So just relax and take the time to remove your self-limiting belief, which means you have to take the time to examine your life this week. So this week, what we're going to do is we're starting in the first and moving into the second chapter of Sun in Libra, and that is belief. Now, a belief is a heartfelt fact. If your heart believes it, it's true. Science and reason doesn't matter. If your heart believes you're a dolphin and they tell you you're not, that you're a grown man, well, we both know that you're a dolphin. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to go with that, aren't you? And that's the limit of life. I mean, the truth is the only limits we have to our belief are the ones we put on them. And so you are learning to really examine what your heart thinks is true versus what you've been told or raised or bought into or drank the Kool-Aid at church. And that's the first part of this chapter, getting rid of what is not heartfelt. Then we move into knowledge. Okay, well, if that's the case, how can we accumulate and put together what our heart believes is true? And that's what we move into is knowledge in the second part of this week. So the Sun in Libra begins in step 7 at the start of the week, ends in step 12. So you're going to go from intuiting and trying to intuitively find your way to probably on a new path of learning by the end of the week. And Lightcast Day is on Friday. So on Lightcast Day, your heart is searching for where you want to point the ship, what you want to do next as far as learning is concerned, and you're starting to move down that direction. Now, career is a big story, as we've been saying, and this week your mind is big time on career. So as you are scurrying for belief under the seams or behind or backstage, on stage with career, you are having to be very clear and decide what you will not do again. You do not do windows, etc. And love and trust, Saturn at step 10, that the past will not repeat itself. So don't sabotage your future by worrying about the past. At the same time, Venus up in Master Shui, 20 to 26 degrees, says you are planting seeds of what the real legitimate career will be right now, even though you're focused on cutting away the lower part of the career, and you're technically focused on the belief and purpose behind the career. All right, and that sets up the story. So this week, the slow-moving planets say, for one, Jupiter at 18 degrees all week long. This means you have to love, trust, and go with what you've decided when it comes to your place. How do we put this? Basically, when it comes to trusting, all right? So when it comes to trusting your place in the moment, when it comes to trusting your body, your health, your work, your agenda, like trust the moment, just love and trust the moment, says Jupiter. At the same time, do not go to the old career path. Do not go backwards in time. Do not go back to your old decision making. Do not go reverse, says Saturn in Scorpio. Uranus retrograde at 10 degrees says, love and trust your thoughts and your mind. Don't second guess your attitude. Don't call yourself crazy. Don't throw it up to a priest or a therapist. Love and trust your overall mindset. And be compassionate when it comes to self-esteem, says Neptune. That's the setup for the week. Now on Sunday, the moon is in Leo, and so you, I think, are feeling, how do we put this? Romantic, sentimental, maybe you're not alone, maybe you're with someone. So it's a sunny and sentimental on Sunday and sunny and sentimental on Monday. What you're looking for, of course, is where your life purpose is. So maybe you're with someone that gives you a lot of value or reminds you of why you're special, and that allows you to really free your mind to look at things honestly. Then on Tuesday, though, it's time to decide where it is you believe you should study, or put your life purpose, or put what you really believe, or what you don't believe. You might be thinking out of self-limiting beliefs, and you might have spent time with someone who helps you not think small and lets you to open yourself up to the possibilities. Then on Wednesday, it's time to take action on that belief. So you might be playing this out in plans for a trip. You might be playing this out in educational pursuits. There's a lot of places that belief structure can play out as far as an actual lesson I see in my clients' lives. But whatever it is, you are putting your bullshit into action. Walk your talk. Practice what you preach as of Wednesday. Move forward with those beliefs. And the moon in Virgo makes you very vulnerable. So as you make this decision, you get very vulnerable Tuesday and then Wednesday feeling vulnerable and Thursday feeling vulnerable. Emotionally vulnerable, meaning unguarded, untrusted, not certain. And on Thursday, you have to love and trust you've made no mistakes. So Thursday, probably no response from the college or whatever. No responses, loving and trusting. But at this point, you are ahead of your mind games. You've put belief ahead of your mind games on Thursday. If you love and trusted where your mind was and didn't second guess it, and if you love and trust the direction your philosophy of life is going, then you are out of the mind game quagmire for at least a year. That's good news. Then Friday is Lightcast Day. So this is the most powerful day of the month to set our intentions. And what you're building is the new adventure. What's the new adventure? Where are you going next? Where is your ship sailing? We're talking about the adventure behind the career. We're talking about the adventure behind the social life. We're talking about the adventure behind the credit. What is the fun learning adventure? And so you are loving and trusting and holding space with your mind hopefully in check. Again, belief is now ahead of the mind. So whenever the mind acts up, your beliefs go, hey, we agreed to a philosophy of, or that we would try this, or that we will learn that. And so it gives you a one-up on managing your own thought process. So Lightcast Day is about setting an intention for a journey of integrity, one that honors who you are and what you believe, one that does not keep you encapsulated in self-limiting beliefs like nice girls are this way or nice guys are that way. We're not going to let that hold us back. We're just going to sail our ship and see where we go. On Saturday, you're feeling this great excitement, the sun and the moon. So Friday and Saturday is very optimistic, learning, open-minded, and for the first time starting to feel life budge ahead after 18 days almost. I mean, we got 6 more days, but a huge square, but you're starting to feel, just maybe see the light at the end of the tunnel on Saturday. So let's take a sneak peek at next week. After all that, on Sunday the 6th, we have Quantum Breakthrough. Then Love Fest Day on Tuesday the 8th. Then by Thursday, you're having to commit to an adventure. So you've already gotten some sort of feedback from the universe on this belief adventure or schooling or whatever. And by Thursday, you're already having to commit to, okay, you want to take this up a notch. So we see results really quickly. Again, even though life on Earth seems to be moving rather slowly. All right, so now we're going to go down to Earth. I have a couple announcements. And at the end of this, a new little present for you called the Serious Joy Toy. And you'll see just what it's about at the end of the scope. So see you in a minute. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Witecki Theater, the serene environment I've created for meditations and products, including the Act 3 Orbit Report. And that's what I'm talking about today. For just $11.11, I will guide you for over 30 minutes on Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, giving you a nice forecast of what's to come. And believe it or not, on 11/11/2013, there'll be a lot of change. You have to watch or listen to find out. So please help us by downloading your copy at soulmart.me. And now to your Serious Joy Toy. Hello, my Aquarians and Innovator Risings. Well, the Serious Joy Toy is my new little feature here on the Horoscopes where I want to give you something to toy around with for all week. It's total ectoplasm consciousness, man, that I'm just throwing out there for you to play with. But it's definitely infused with some cool spell making that will help you break through what you're working on. All right, so play along. Remember, the inner child is never older than age 7, so don't let yourself make any choices for age 7. Older than age 7. So, without further ado, what is the Serious Joy Toy of the week for you, my friend? It is to run spyware. So what I would like you to do, this actually comes from an Aquarius friend of mine, and she said this one time to me, and I was like, oh, that's so Aquarius. Is I want you to be searching for spyware on your hard drives of your beliefs this week. So I want you in like a secret inner child 7-year-old fun spy game to be looking for little parts of your beliefs that might have been someone else putting code in there to kind of figure things out. And you'll know what I mean. It's spy code. This could be a little code your mom left in there or code that your father planted. Spy code meaning like keeping you in their philosophy, keeping you in their religion so that they can keep up on you. Spyware. So I want you to clean your code. And this week, as you clean your spyware code, realize that a clean code means a perfectly clean life. So try to clean your code. That is your Serious Joy Toy of the week. All right, that's all I have, my innovators. I will see you in 7 days with more for more joy. Until then, live in your hearts and live, love, be.
TV.
I'm convinced at this ripe age of 22 that so funny. Actually,